Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the hottest and juiciest celebrity gossip straight from the streets. Today we dive deep into a scandal that has rocked the entertainment industry. Once again, Gistlover has scattered everywhere with shocking revelations about Annie Idibia, Tuface and his complicated love life. Is there truth to these claims? What really happened between Tuface, Annie and his other baby mamas? Stay tuned because this is going to be explosive. Let's take a step back and start from the very beginning. Before all the fame, before the wealth, and before the controversies, 2Face's Idibia was just another aspiring musician trying to make a name for himself. He met Annie Macaulay at a young age and they had a deep connection. But as we all know, love stories are never that simple. As his fame skyrocketed, so did the attention from women, and before we could say African queen, Tuface found himself entangled in multiple relationships that led to multiple children from different women. It all started with Sumbo Ajaba, who was the first woman to have a child for Tuface. But there was trouble in paradise. Sumbo's family was against her staying with him, and so their relationship faced challenges. Annie, who was also in the picture at that time, reportedly broke up with Tuface when he had his first child. However, their connection never fully ended. Then came Pero Adeniyi, a woman who would change the course of 2Face's love life forever. Pero, a wealthy woman from a prominent family, got involved with Tuface and started showering him with love and financial support. At this point, 2Face's career was booming and he was living the ultimate superstar lifestyle. In no time, Pero got pregnant and gave birth to her first child for Tuface on the 26th of April 2006. This marked Tuface's second child. Meanwhile, Sumbo was not taking things lightly. Feeling betrayed, she confronted the situation, but 2Face's mother, Mama Idibia, encouraged her to stay in the relationship. After much persuasion, 2Face agreed, and Sumbo moved in with him. For 3 years, Sumbo and 2Face lived together like a married couple. And during this period, she got pregnant again and gave birth on the 29th of April 2008. However, this was also when Pero was pregnant again. Can you believe it? In that same year, Pero gave birth to another child for 2Face on May 7, 2008, making it 2Face's third child. And just when we thought the drama was over, Annie also joined the queue. Now, let's talk about Annie's role in all this. By 2008, Annie found herself in a difficult situation. She was heartbroken and depressed, feeling like she had lost the love of her life to other women. Reports claim that during this time, she was willing to do anything to secure her position in 2Face's life. She allegedly sought spiritual help, visiting different babalawos, herbalists, and pastors in an attempt to win 2Face back. Despite all the heartbreak, she was not ready to give up. Then, the unexpected happened. Annie got pregnant. On the 10th of December, 2008, Annie gave birth to her first child for 2Face. This meant that in 1 year, 2Face had 3 children from 3 different women. This marked the beginning of the biggest battle in his love life, the war between Annie and Pero. By 2010, after years of on and off relationships, 2Face and Annie rekindled their love. It seemed like Annie had won, but guess what? Pero was pregnant again. In 2011, Pero welcomed another child for 2Face's third child with him and his 6th child overall. At this point, 2Face was torn between 2 women who both deeply loved him. Despite the chaos, 2Face finally made a decision. On Valentine's Day, the 14th of February 2012, he proposed to Annie, officially choosing her as his wife. Pero, who had just given birth 2 months earlier, was devastated. But the drama was far from over. In March 2013, 2Face and Annie had a lavish destination wedding in Dubai. It was supposed to be their fairy tale ending, but little did Annie know marriage was just another battleground. According to Gistlover, after the wedding, Annie became a different person. She reportedly became insecure, feeling like 2Face still had lingering feelings for Pero. Things got worse when Annie accused Tuface of deliberately giving her female children, while Pero and Sumbo had male children. This reportedly caused a major fight between them. Annie allegedly started monitoring Tuface's movements, ensuring he had no contact with his other children. She even reportedly damaged his car on multiple occasions just to prevent him from leaving the house. The tension between Annie and Tuface's family also grew worse. She allegedly locked Tuface's mother out of their estate, instructing the security guards not to let her in. This led to a major fallout between Annie and Tuface's brothers. Despite all this, Tuface remained loyal to Annie, even going as far as putting some of his properties in her name to make her feel secure. But was it enough? This story is far from over. Even today, the battle between Annie, Pero and Tuface's family continues to make headlines. Is Annie really the villain here, or is she just a woman trying to protect her home? Did Pero truly lose the love of her life, or was she just another chapter in Tuface's complicated past? As I mentioned earlier, this is where things get really interesting. Hey, if you haven't turned on your notifications, please do so. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Continuing with the story, Gistlover revealed that Annie has on multiple occasions embarrassed women she saw with Tuface. At one point, Tuface ran a popular nightclub in Ikeja as a side business, helping new artists get opportunities while also making money. However, Annie frequently caused disruptions at the club, confronting any woman, whether a staff member or a customer. She went as far as publicly spilling drinks on Tuface and embarrassing him in front of his employees and business associates. This continued until she completely ruined the business, leaving Tuface stranded. Meanwhile, Pero was fighting to ensure the well-being of her children, clashing with Annie, who allegedly prevented Tuface from visiting them. Annie herself started to struggle, especially in her attempts to make Tuface quit smoking weed. Eventually, she got involved with drugs. However, Tuface was not the one who introduced her to it. She learned about it from some of her university friends at the University of Calabar, who convinced her that drugs would help her escape her problems. Their home, located near Tiwa Savage and AY's residences, became a hub for drug use, with numerous celebrities gathering there for various activities. It was essentially a headquarters for such activities, with Annie at the center of it all. After driving Tuface's family out of their home, she also started removing his friends, claiming they were a bad influence. Instead, she brought in her own brother and family members, hiring multiple caregivers and security personnel. Tuface's family and friends tried to intervene, but he stood by Annie, believing they were all against her. Annie's addiction worsened, and when under the influence, she often caused destruction at home. It even reached the point where she physically attacked Tuface on 2 occasions. Things got so bad that he became a shadow of himself. Eventually, he reconnected with Pero, reigniting old feelings, which led to even more problems. Annie was furious and insisted that she would rather arrange women for Tuface than allow Pero to come near him. The situation turned into an intense battle. She also gathered her group of friends to attack Pero, and the matter eventually ended up in court. From there, Annie reportedly started bringing different women into their home, some for Tuface and some for herself, as she was also involved. However, this did not stop Tuface from maintaining relationships with Pero and other women outside his marriage. Their marriage became a nightmare. Tuface started staying in hotels to avoid constant conflicts at home. Most nights, neighbors couldn't sleep because Annie would be screaming. He began visiting the house only to pick up clothes before leaving again. During this period, he lost connections with family and friends, lost business deals, and eventually suffered kidney problems. He spent a lot of money on treatment, almost going broke. Many assumed Annie would support him through this, but the situation only worsened. On multiple occasions, Tuface had to be rushed to the hospital. Family and friends grew deeply concerned as their marriage had become as toxic, if not more toxic, than the case of IVD and Bimbo. Despite his health struggles, Annie allegedly continued to make things difficult for him. In hindsight, Tuface may have regretted some of the decisions he made in his youth, thinking they were harmless fun, only for them to have serious consequences later in life. Even while pretending to be a happy couple online, the reality was that Tuface rarely spent nights at home. When he eventually ran out of money, Annie's true colors reportedly showed. On 2 separate occasions, Tuface caught her with a well-known pastor. However, she begged for forgiveness, claiming she was only trying to secure financial stability for their family. Throughout all of this, 2Face's family was completely cut off from his life. Annie only allowed the people she wanted around him. His health continued to decline. Guys, this story keeps getting deeper and deeper. Just when you think it's over, more shocking revelations come up. That brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share so that it can reach more people. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is Gist and Vibes NG, where we react, analyze, and deliver trending celebrity news, true stories, and more.